Hello everyone and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode we took on the super bosses and it went quite alarmingly well. This episode we are going to be doing, it's not like it's a particular challenge, the rest of the heart-to-hearts in the game. In order to do that, we need to get everyone up to maximum affinity, which I've already done. And there's a little trick for doing this. You can give gifts, but eventually, like me, you'll exhaust your supply of collectibles pretty quickly. And there's a much faster way of doing it than grinding collectibles. Roll the footage, Doctor. Whoever you want to gain affinity with and you're going to be controlling needs to have debuff resist 100. The others need to have debuff resist nothing. Take on Stormy Belagon, who's found on the Cromar Coast. Let your allies hit him, fall asleep, and every time you wake them up from that sleep, by helping them with B, you gain the equivalent of giving them a 2-heart item, and you can just hammer them out really quickly. It took me probably about an hour, during which I just watched some TV with that on in the background whilst grinding everyone out to maximum affinity. Weirdly, we started here in Colony 9, but Colony 9 is actually one of very few places in the game where we've done every heart-to-heart. So we're going to do a bit of a kind of tour of the Bionis in a sense. Not like my walking on the Bionis episode that we did a while back, but we are going to go kind of in Bionis order. So we start off in Tephra Cave at the Spring of Grief. Now, unlike when I normally do heart-to-hearts, I'm not going to show anything at the end. I'm just going to show all 4 routes for a given heart-to-heart, right here, and I'm not going to bother putting anything in grey because it's not like one of them is particularly real. It doesn't really matter at this point. This one between Dunban and Riki, first off, can only be done in the night, which is weird because that doesn't make a difference in Tephra Cave. I suppose it's when that that above us, by the way, is the Heavenly Window, which is where this little shining thread comes down, and that is the content of this heart-to-heart. I'm going to save, obviously, before all of them so I can reload and show them again. If it hasn't been clear, I've been doing that the whole time. You can only watch a heart-to-heart once, and that's how I've been getting the alternative routes through. This one, though, wow. I'll do 3 routes first, and then you'll see what I'm going to do. So this one, I'm actually going to do the bad route on, is the one that we actually do, because there's an achievement for that. Anyway, this is Glowing in the Night. Dun, Riki can see hanging strings. They are quite remarkable. It's an amazing sight. Oh, Riki, know what strings are. You do? Well, what are they? Oh, Riki, tell Dun. The power of ether. I see. And what else? Oh, Riki not know anything else. Even I know more than that, Riki. They even have schools where you're from. Jesus Christ, Dunban, you dig. Dun is my hero. He know way more than Riki. Riki, you seem alright. Are you alright? You seem to be taken aback. Oh, Riki surrenders. Riki, my friend, it is not the end of the world if you don't know something. Good. Because Riki not know and nothing about ether. Riki regret not listening at school. There is much that I do not know as well, Riki. Bionis is a rich and diverse place. Even I have much to learn. But why strings only appear at night? Why Bionis Titan make them that way? Riki, you are the funniest Nopon I know. And you know what? I believe the Bionis itself may have forgotten the reason. Oh, Riki loved travelling with Dun. Dun, the best partner ever. Why, thank you, Riki. I enjoy visiting the mysterious wonders of Bionis as much as you. Oh, Riki never want to leave friends. And I won't bother commentating between these, but for this first one, I'll just show it. We're now going to do the kind of... So there's generally a positive route, there's a neutral route, there's the other kind of neutral route, and there's a negative route. So if we do the neutral route that starts off the same as the good path, but then goes worse, so the beginning is all the same. Then if we say, string is fishing line. Fishing line, you say? That's quite the conclusion to draw, Riki. Okay, Riki changed his mind. Now it is a spider web. A great big spider go around spinning lots of webs. I cannot tell if you're joking or you actually believe this nonsense. Oh, Riki upset with Dun. Why Dun so angry with Riki? I'm not angry with you, Riki. If you don't know the answer, just tell the truth. Sorry, Dun. Riki embarrassed at not knowing. We should never be embarrassed by what we do not know. Dun, right. Riki, listen now. Please, Dun, teach Riki more. I'd be happy to. There is much we can learn from one another on our journey. So you notice there, we dropped affinity, then we gained it, so that's kind of the neutral route. If we now do the other neutral route, which takes the path through the different half. Oh, Dun not tell Riki for free. No, the other way around. Riki tell Dun for free. Quid pro qui. That's quid pro quo, Riki. And where did you learn that? We don't have Latin in this world. Ryan told Riki. Did he now? I suggest thinking twice before listening to him, Riki. So then, what can I do for you? Oh, Dun tell Riki big secret. Riki not know anything about Dun. Please tell Riki. Why, of course, I'd be happy to, but I'm not really that interesting. That not matter. Tell Riki what food Dun not like. Let me see, something I dislike. Sweet wasabi. The sweetness evokes tears and induces terrible bowel movements. Dun funny. Sweet wasabi make Dun yuck. Dun like Riki's little pond. I see, you find this funny, do you? Well, back to the point at hand. What do you know about these strings? They're caused by ether power. Riki's lesson over. I could have told you that, Riki. You tricked me. Oh, Riki want to know about Dun, so Riki and Dun be friends. Well, if you put it so nicely, how can I refuse? And finally, we have the negative route, which is actually going to be the one we take for achievement reasons. So this time we say, Dun help Riki pay off debt. So Riki and Dun make deal? Never. Oh, Riki not happy. Sulky sulk. You see, Riki, I am not Melia. Cuteness alone won't win me over. You'll just have to try harder. Dun. I'm not making any kind of deal with you. If you run away, I'll be the one left working off your debt, and I don't think the Heropon moniker would suit me very well. No, that not needed. Riki see Dunban in Dream, Dunban working at Pollen Works. That suits you great. We must prevent this from happening at all costs. Woo! And as the negative route through, that gets us heartbreaking. Every time I've got this so far, I've reloaded afterwards, and I actually do want to get it, so there we go. I don't believe there's an achievement for, like, get the perfect route to every heart-to-heart, so there we go. Next one is up here on Tephra Hill, confusingly, which is still in Tephra Cave. And the general process I'm going to take for the rest of them is I'm going to show them in the order of, I'm going to show them first neutral, then good, then the second neutral, then bad. And I'll show them, no, the other way around. Neutral, then bad, then neutral, then good, and kind of show them in that order. So let's head down to Tephra Hill. And this one is between Ryan and Fiora, A Scene Revisited. Ryan, look, what a sight. It's a sight, alright. What's wrong, Ryan? It's not like you to look so serious. Hey, I can be serious if I want to. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. What's on your mind? Tomorrow's dinner. What else? I look across this beautiful vista and I can't help but think, what are we going to eat tonight? What? How are the two in any way connected? I'm just worried about it, okay? You know it's my turn to make dinner, and you always get angry when I cook. And you know why, too, because you just cook meat. So, meat's good. It's full of, meat. And don't you think my cooking's improved since I left the colony? Well, I don't remember you cooking a single meal at the colony, so nope, never touched a frying pan in my life. But now I'm a new Ryan these days, and I've decided that tonight, I'm going to make you my extra special specialty. Ooh, what is it? Gourmet cabbage parcels. I read some in the recipe in some book. It looked like something even I could manage. Sounds like you're learning. I can't wait. Oh, but I remember Charlotte saying she didn't like cabbage parcels. Oh, alright then, I won't cook after all. Wait a minute, you're supposed to be making it for me, not Charlotte. Yeah, but I did, but you know, majority rules. I gotta cater to tastes. All tastes. Meat it is. How is that catering to all tastes? I already told you I don't want meat. Right, how about an omelette? They're easy to make and Charlotte's a big fan. Hey, Norm's talking about Charlotte, why'd you bring her up? But I guess if you want eggs, I can't really mess that up either. Hooray for Ryan, the best chef on all my honest. You bet, before you know it, I'll be cooking up a storm. Sautéed beast on the bone. So I get a big old joint of meat, then I marinate it for 24 hours and roast it over an open fire. A real man's dinner. If that's all you can come up with, I'm never eating your food again. And it's if I'm waiting another 24 hours for tonight's dinner. Aha, gotcha. Don't worry, Fiora, I was only joking. Yeah, laugh it up, us all. One big joke to you. The rest of us are sick of you serving up big burnt slabs of meat. Alright, right, fine. Why don't you teach me how to cook some more stuff? Now, Ryan, I don't mind teaching you, but are you actually going to listen? You remember what happened last time, don't you? You borrowed the Monada and tried to use it to cut vegetables. Don't you worry, Fiora. When we get back to the colony, I'll be the best student ever. You better not let me down. I can just see you injuring yourself using a real knife. Right. Man, this cooking stuff sounds dangerous. I hope you're going to be gentle with me, Fiora. The first time I came here, before I came here with Shulk, I'd never seen this place. Was there something special about that day? You've never told me about it. You could say that. It's the day we set out from Colony 9. Well, it might not have been the exact day, I don't remember. Oh, I see. Was that after I was taken? I messed up pretty badly that day. Why would you say that? Man, now you're the one who's not acting like yourself. I suppose, but if I hadn't tried to be a hero, you could have stayed in Colony 9. You can say that again. I reckon we'd still be in Colony 9 if you hadn't done that. You mean if I hadn't got myself kidnapped? Maybe. Hey, wait, hang on. You're making it sound all depressing. That's not what I meant at all. What? Think about it, Fiora. If we just sat around in Colony 9 the rest of our lives, we'd never have found a way to beat the Mechon. Oh, I guess that's true. So cheer up. Me and Shop were always going to get off our bums and leave. Yes, I've learned new things, met new people. It's been great. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Really? Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for making me feel better. Any time. And besides, soon this will be over and we can go back up to the colony for good. I can't wait. No one thinks that, Fiora. Don't beat yourself up about it. But Ryan, I don't regret leaving the colony behind, and I don't blame you for all this stuff that's happened. That makes me feel better. Thanks, Ryan. Even if you hadn't got kidnapped that day, we still would have left. It feels like we were destined or something. You think the Monado would have led you on this journey anyway? Yeah, something like that. Or maybe he would have just kept browbeating us until we did it. Much as I hate to admit it, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I can't imagine just sitting there with the colony in ruins. I'd have wanted to go out and get revenge on the Mechon too. I knew it. So don't worry, okay? Soon this will be all over and we can go back to the colony for good. That sounds great. Up next, we need to head to the Row Oasis on Bionis Leg. Now somehow, bafflingly, and I have genuinely no idea how this has happened, we haven't filled in the map fully for Bionis Leg because we haven't got every landmark and location. And weirdly, it took me ages to work out the one we were missing, because I assumed you got the Row Oasis location automatically when you did the stuff with Juju here, but we didn't. You have to get a little bit closer than we've got in the past. There's the Row Oasis, and as such, now we've filled in the whole map for it. Next episode, I will be making sure we have got all of that for everywhere. But this here is between Dunban and Sharla, called Revisiting the Past. I have been to this place before, only once, however. Really? When was that? I remember it well. When Fiora and I were much younger, we came here together. All the way from Colony 9. That's no small distance. I was so very afraid as we made our way through Tephra Cave. I can barely even remember the way now. At the time, I was just so busy making sure Fiora was okay. Was it just a day out? Are you serious? Do you think I'd bring her here for fun? I'm sorry, it was silly of me to say that. It was about 12 years ago, I believe. Colony 9 was attacked by the Mechon. This is where we fled to. I was only little at the time as well, but I remember that day. I thought you might. All I kept thinking was, don't let them hurt Fiora. We ran as fast as our legs would carry us, trying not to look back. I didn't even know how far they chased us, and then we were here. I know the feeling. When the Mechon attacked Colony 6, Juju was my only concern. I couldn't think about anything else. Of course, you must feel the same about Juju as I do about Fiora. Yeah, and in a way, he's the reason I became a medic. I had to keep him safe no matter what. I see. How about you, Dunban? Did you become a soldier because you wanted to protect Fiora? Good question. I'm not really sure, but I don't think so. I think I just signed up because I really hated the Mechon. Come on, that can't be the only reason. I'm talking to the hero of the Homs here. Wasn't there something more heroic behind it? I suppose it doesn't make for a very good story. Maybe I'll tell it your way in the future. How could you be so stupid? Why didn't you just go into the shelter? Leaving the colony was very irresponsible of you. Well, when you put it like that, there's not much I can say. Sorry, Dunban, that was a bit harsh of me. I know you didn't come here out of choice. Of course I didn't. The two of us just didn't make it to the shelter in time. But what other option did we have other than to run? You're right. When the same happened to us, I ran around Colony 6 looking for Juju like a headless bunniv. I see. Then you must know how it felt. You're the eldest sibling as well, aren't you? Yeah, just like you. That's probably why we get along so well. Did something bad happen? I mean, if you don't mind telling me, that is. It was about 12 years ago, I believe. Colony 9 was attacked by the Mechon. This is where we fled to. Oh, I see. That sounds horrible. I was only little at the time as well, but I remember that day. Mechon formed a barrier around our house. I feared the worst. That's when you made a run for it. Yes. On our way to the shelter, Fiora let go of my hand. She started running back to get something she'd forgotten. She should have just left it. Didn't she realise how dangerous it was to go back? I agree with you, but it was a keepsake that reminded her of our mother. To leave without it was too much for Fiora to bear. I see. She must have cherished it dearly. We barely managed to escape with our lives. A week passed before we returned to Colony 9. I'm just happy you made it out and made it back alive. The Colonel gave me a bit of an earful when we got back. He wasn't happy with me, to say the least. Ha! Well, he probably just spent a week worrying about you. There are worse things. Yeah, and when I look back on it now, it's actually quite funny. Just like any rant from Vanguard. Was it important to her? So you braved the onslaught and went all the way back? Yes, that we did. It was a keepsake that reminded her of our mother. Losing it would have devastated her. But why didn't you just send Fiora to the shelter first? You could have gone and got it on your own. There was no time. And what? She burst into tears. She said you didn't want me to leave her on her own. So with Fiora crying on my back, we braked it all the way for that keepsake. Wow, that's quite a story. Sounds like you're as much of a hero then as you are today. You think so? Well, thank you, Charlotte. Right, up next we have got a fair few to tackle in Colony 6. So right down in the middle of the colony here is Strength of Heart between Shulk and Dunban. Incredible. To think all of this was rubble not so long ago. That it was. The reconstruction is progressing very rapidly indeed, and the population is growing day by day. It just goes to show, people really can achieve anything when they work together. Teamwork can fell insurmountable obstacles. Looking back on the Battle of Sword Valley, well, it's a miracle I survived. I've realised something. Sometimes you have to depend on other people for support. No one can do everything on their own. And I agree, strength in numbers. He says, kicking the table. I'm going to do whatever I can, however I can, to support you all. If we work together, we can make it through anything. I hear you, Shulk. That is a sound plan. No man is an island. If it hadn't been for you guys, I would have been completely lost. I know exactly what you mean. Alone we fall, but together we can achieve anything. I feel like all I ever achieve is waiting for everyone to save me. If anything, I'd say the opposite is true. But you know what? You wouldn't be you if you weren't fretting about these things. Huh. People say I'm a nice guy, but I just do what comes naturally. What feels right. That is what makes you special. Never lose that, Shulk. Now, how about we rejoin the others? Okay, Dunban. Thank you, by the way, for everything. You must notice now, since we're into very high level, like full affinity, heart-to-hearts, they tend to be a little bit heavier of kind of like this kind of stuff, which makes sense as we are wrapping up the series. Second to last episode today. I can't do this alone. If I'd left Colony 9 on my own, I never would have made it this far. I think you're right, Shulk, and I would have felt the same. Having companions with us means more than we realise sometimes. They really do. Ryan especially. He saved my skin over and over. But from now on, I'm going to pull my weight. Don't diminish your achievements. You've done great things already. I can vouch for that. That's nice of you to say, Dunban, but I feel like I've got a long way to go, and I still need you. I know, Shulk. We all need each other in tough times. I'm no different. So let's keep looking out for each other and we'll all stay safe. It's because you're Dunban. Because I'm a hero, you mean? I'm no hero. I'm not strong enough to be called that. Don't be silly, you're Dunban, the hero of the Homs. No one's stronger than you. Shulk, tell me something. What do you think of when you talk about strength? Physical strength. You're not wrong. Without the brute force to repel your enemies, you are never safe. But is that the only meaning? What do you mean? You're strong and you're powerful. That's how you've kept Colony 9 safe. Isn't that enough? It's plenty. In fact, it might even be too much. The truth about power is this. All power corrupts, and those who crave it will be corrupted by it. Corrupted? I don't understand. It was once explained to me as I explain it to you now. Those who crave ultimate power lose all else in their pursuit of it. Oh. If you were to seek such power, you might lose all of us. And I'm sure you don't want that. Of course I don't. You know how important you guys are to me. It's alright, Shulk. I don't really think that would happen to someone like you. Let's just call it food for thought. Come on, let's head back. Yeah, the others are waiting. Thanks for the lesson, Dunban. It was a real eye-opener. Kind of hinting about Dixon a bit there, but obviously, whilst many of the heart-to-hearts do have, you can only go to them at certain levels of the story, everything with Dixon on top of Prison Island, at least, can't really have happened by this point, so we can't really talk about that, which is a bit of a shame. Obviously, the right choice is the name of the heart-to-heart. Good answer, Shulk. I'd expect nothing less from you. The weak of heart eventually lose all they've gained. The only problem is I don't know how to get stronger in that sense. I can't exactly do exercises for it. You raise a valid point. It all depends on how firm your convictions are. If you have firm convictions, you are strong of heart. Dunban, do you have firm convictions? During my days as a soldier, I did everything I could to protect you all. So, I'd like to think so, I suppose. That means you're strong of heart. You said so yourself. So you are a hero after all. Maybe, maybe not. I guess that's not for me to say. Well, you'll always be the hero to me, Dunban. Remember, this is just my definition of strength. There must be countless other possible definitions out there. I bet everyone has their own. Either way, I'm glad you told me. It makes more sense to me now somehow. True strength, it comes from willpower, right? No need to be thanking me. You figured that one out by yourself. In truth, choosing not to fight is the nobler path. And that's something you realise already, isn't it? Anyway, I think it's time to head back. Good idea. Let's join the others. They'll be waiting. Up next, we need to head over to the park around the back with Fiora and Riki. And this one is Quiet Time. This park is very pretty. There's a park in Colony 9, but it's nothing quite like this. Ooh, a park bringing up memories for Fiora. You'll notice to get into Riki's voice, I always have to start with it. Ooh, it's how I do it. It does, actually. It brings back a lot of memories. Shulk, Ryan, and me used to play in the park in Colony 9. Oh, Riki love memories. Park remind Riki of forest. Not all memories are good. Oh, Riki not get what Fiora mean. Memories are good thing. Not always, Riki. Memories can be good and bad. Even you must have a few not so good memories. Oh, Riki not have any. When Riki is in forest, Riki only feel warm and happy. I envy you, Riki. I love being in nature too, but it doesn't make all my problems go away. Oh, why Fiora not smile? Fiora should smile. Smile and laugh. Park is nice. Park make Riki happy. Also make Fiora happy. It's not that simple, Riki. Sometimes even things I like don't make me happy. Oh, Riki not understand what Fiora say. But Riki know Fiora can laugh. Why are you so determined to make me laugh? Oh, that's Riki's job. When everyone cry boo-hoo, when friend cry boo-hoo, everyone cry boo-hoo. Hereupon Riki must rescue friends. Riki, cheer up, Fiora. Cheer up, make happy Fiora. Alright, Riki, it worked. You're right, I'll give you that. I just needed to stop being so down in the dumps. Oh, Riki love Fiora's smile. Riki want to show Shulk. Come, Fiora. Come find friends. Wait, Riki, there's no hurry. What am I going to do with you? I guess you can't understand. I'm afraid I can't block out all the bad thoughts like you can. Riki no Fiora can. Just need to have nature all around. You really think so? Maybe we should spend some more time together in Magna Forest. Yippee! Riki and Fiora go now. Riki no Fiora will be overjollied. I'm sure it will be lovely, Riki. What's wrong, Fiora? Fiora, smile upside down. Don't worry, it's nothing. I just wish I could learn to share your love for nature. Riki not learn. Fiora not learn. Fiora feel. Then Fiora would know the true joy of living in wild. Sounds like fun. We better bring peace to Frontier Village ASAP. Anyway, let's go and find Shulk. Oh, Riki follow Fiora. When Frontier Village have peace, all up on a big party. Nature's wonderful, isn't it? When I'm surrounded by nature, I feel alive, like nothing matters. Oh, Riki too. Grass whispering, trees talking. Whispering and talking, huh? I like the sounds of nature too. I bet you miss Magna Forest sometimes. Oh, Fiora so clever. Fiora understand Riki's talking and feeling. It must be a coincidence. I just happen to be thinking the same thing you were, that's all. Oh, you sort of know what Riki mean, though. If Ryan here, he only complain. He say, too cold or too hot. I tried to do Riki's voice doing Ryan's accent and turns out really difficult. Yeah, that sounds like him. But Ryan has his good points too, if you look hard enough. Riki, you know them. Ryan always protect friends' backs. When Shulk in danger, Ryan first on scene. Kapow! Something like that. And you kept the promise he made to me. You can always trust him. What Ryan bothers Fiora? Tell Riki. Not fair to keep secrets. Secret? Yes, it's just the word I was thinking of. It's a secret. It's just between me, Ryan, and Shulk. But I can't tell you, I'm afraid. Oh, not fair. Riki one of the gang now. Sorry, Riki, you can pout all you want. Come on, let's get back. Playtime's over. Fiora not good friend. Always teasing Riki. Fiora, wait for Riki. Don't leave Riki. I like the way you speak. When I hear you talk, I get a nice warm feeling inside. Maybe it's magic. Really? Riki not know why, but not usually magic. Huh, that's okay, Riki. Not every question needs an answer. All I mean is, I wouldn't change a thing about you. Not change Riki. That means Riki good. As long as you keep cheering everyone up, you certainly are. Oh, leave it to Riki. Riki's job is to make friends feel bestest ever. Come on, you big ball of fun. Let's see if you can make everyone laugh. Riki ready, Fiora. Well, where is mean old Ryan? I make him into a happy hom-hom. Right, up next we actually need to go somewhere we haven't quite been yet, so let's head to the Reconstruction HQ. I got bamboozled. That's the Reconstruction HQ. The thing I was talking about is the Town Hall thing over here, which is different. And this is only here once you level up. I think special to level 4, 5? But we can actually get onto the roof of this place, and it's another place where collectibles spawn. It's also got a load of guns, and a heart. Oh! Yes! Okay, well, we're going to talk about this more next episode when I go over collectibles, but actually we needed that Warrior Spring because it's the final collectible that we were missing from the Central Factory. That's been annoying me for ages. Yes, you obviously can get the Mechaniconics collectibles here. I've talked about this in the past. Didn't think it'd just turn up by accident there. That's brilliant. Anyway, there's a heart here called the Colony Reborn, which is only available after you've finished Reconstruction between Shulk and Sharla. So Sharla, is this what Colony 6 is supposed to look like? It's definitely getting there. We've come a long way. A little more work and it'll be perfect. Really? If you ask me, it's looking good already. Plenty of warm homes and thriving businesses. It's great. True, we have nearly everything we need, but we can't stop here. It has to be a place where everyone can feel safe. Then it'll really feel like Colony 6 again. I can't wait to see the results. It won't be easy, in fact it could take a very long time, but one day Colony 6 will be back the way it used to be. It might not take as long as you think. When peace is restored to Bionis, just wait, people will flock here. I hope so, but what if people still don't want to come back even then? Don't worry about it. I only have to look at the faces of the colony's residents. Everyone is happy here. You really think so? If they felt unsure about moving here, would they smile? They feel safe and happy here. Who wouldn't? Yeah, you're probably right. If I lived in a place I didn't like, it would just make me sad. Right, so don't worry, Charlotte. Everything's going to be fine. Me and Ryan are going to come over and visit all the time when this is over. Oh yeah, I guess Ryan will go out to Colony 9, huh? What was that? You say something? No, and it's nothing important. Hey, come on, let's go find the others. Okay, they'll be waiting anyway, but I enjoyed our chat, Charlotte. Why would you say that? Say we get the colony working. No one can forget about this place was reduced to rubble in a day. But just look at it. People have already moved here in droves, and they're all mucking in. It's an exciting place to live, like before. The colony's on the up, Charlotte. I know, I see it too, but it just doesn't feel like the colony I knew. In more ways than one. Then make it into a better colony than the one you knew. Better? Well, I suppose so. Actually, you know what, you're right, I was being silly. You'll never forget the past, but you'll never bring it back either. And make it, if it was a good place to live, make it the best place to live. But how do I do that? You can't do it on your own. But I'll help you. Me, Ryan, everyone. We'll do it together. You really think Ryan will chip in? When all this is over, I'll ask him. It'd be great if he did. Of course he'll help. We all will. And Ryan isn't going to turn down a request by you, Charlotte. Trust me. Anyway, you want to go and find the others? Yeah, we better hurry. Don't want to make Fiora jealous. Thanks for lending an ear, Shulk. A safe haven for everyone, huh? I know what you mean. You've come so far, it would be a tragedy to lose it all again. Yes, and that's why we have to make it safe. A place where no one will ever be sad or afraid of losing their home. You will achieve your dream. How can you be so sure? Just look around you. What kind of people do you see? It's not just us Homs. There are Nopon, Hyentia, and Machina as well. Do you realise what you're creating here? I hadn't even thought about it before. But it is amazing to see this. All the different people of the world living together in peace. And it's something special, alright. And I realised something else. This colony will become the focal point of the Bionis. Here, our colony. I don't doubt it for a second. Colony 6 will become a place where it doesn't matter where you're from. Anyone can come here and make friends, build a family. Can you picture it, Charlotte? Those who've lost their lives will not have died in vain. And people everywhere can look to it as a beacon of hope. You're right, Shulk. We can't afford to lose this hard work. We have to push on. Great. Just don't forget to tell me if you need anything. I will. And don't expect me to give you all the easy work. Because it's everyone's dream. Everyone here has the same goal. Reconstructing Colony 6 is practically what they live for. I guess I'm the only one worried, but it's all I think about sometimes. How long peace will last, whether we'll be safe even then. I can totally understand. What happened here was awful, but you'll never forget it. Just like I'll never forget the attack on Colony 9. But this is a chance for a new beginning. I guess I can't let go of the past. I guess if I can't let go of the past, I'll never get over what happened. Exactly. And it'll help you create as many good memories as you can. Then maybe the bad ones won't seem so bad. Now you mention it, we've had some good times on the road, and I don't intend on forgetting those anytime soon. Well, there are other good memories I don't plan to forget. Are you talking about the time you spent with Gado? It might sound weird coming from me, but hold on to those memories. In the end, memories of Gado are the only proof he was here. I'll never forget him, don't worry. Thank you for everything. I feel like rebuilding the entire world. I know the feeling, but I'll be glad if I can help out, even a little bit. Anyway, let's go find the others. Now, our final one in the Colony 6 area is actually confusingly down here by the freight elevator where we came out from the ether mine. Site of one of the greatest cutscenes in the game. So this here between Shulk and Ryan is renewed determination. Shulk, you remember that day? You know, the day we set out on this whole adventure? Yeah, how could I forget? It's unforgettable, alright. All that stuff happened at once. No one could have predicted it. It makes me wonder, though. What if I'd already figured out the Monado by then? You can't think like that. Even if you'd been able to see the future way back then, who's to say we'd have actually stopped what happened to the colony? I know, but I can't help thinking about it. Thinking about what we could have done if only we'd understood the Monado. I suppose. It could have helped a lot, actually, and not just for us. Oms from other colonies might have been safer. Exactly. So you can see why this is such a big deal to me. Lighten up, it's in the past. I know I'm being hard on myself, but so I know what I have to do, and nothing's going to change that, so don't worry. I'm not worried. In fact, I think you're doing a bang-up job. But you gotta realise that not everything's your fault, man. There are some things even you can't fix. Heh, I'm not that conceited. I know I can't do everything. Good to hear. And at least we have one good reason to continue on this big old adventure. Yeah, so no one else ever has to go through what we did. I can't rely on the Monada for everything. I have to keep going, keep fighting. That's the spirit, man. What is it Dumban likes to say? We've got to seize our destiny? Whatever kind of destiny we pick, it'll be the best one ever. I'm glad you're here to help me, Ryan. I couldn't do it alone. Alone? We've got the entire world fighting on our side. You're right. Okay, I won't let myself feel down about this anymore. Everyone's counting on us. Let's go. But I'm the biggest screw-up. You? What have you done wrong? I broke a promise I made to Fiora. I couldn't stop you getting hurt. You know, the time we were shot. There was nothing you could do. No one could have predicted him firing that shot. Not even me. Ah, so this must only be available post-Mechonic's core. He fooled us all. You say that, but I still broke a promise, and I'll never forgive myself. Ryan, you can't beat yourself up. You know how many times you've come to my rescue? And I'm not going to stop needing your help. Then I won't let you down again. Because if I do, Fiora will knock me for 10. Ha, you got that right. So I better watch your back while you watch mine. Ah, sounds like we'll be going around in circles. Sounds like fun, though. Could have been very different. I know what happened, but so many people have gone through so much pain. I wish I could have prevented it all. I know how you feel, but what's with all the negativity? I can't help it. Think of all the people we lost. Too many, if you ask me. What can you do? It's not like you and me. It's not like me to use words like destiny and fate, but some things are just meant to be. Can't be helped. Yeah, that doesn't stop me wishing things had been different. Shulk, you remember the promise we made that day about destroying the Mechon and stuff? Yeah, I remember. And I realised afterwards how wrong we were. Yeah, me too. All that time, at the time, all I could think about was making those Mechon pay. Turns out we're on the same side. We all lost something or someone worth fighting for, just like Egil. I'm glad we figured that out in the end. We did the right thing. We sure did. And you know what else I think? I think we should stop breaking promises we don't intend to keep. It definitely couldn't hurt. And so we soldier on. You and me, saving the world. You're not wrong. We lost Egil just as we were coming to an understanding. But don't you get the feeling it was always going to be that way? He seemed satisfied at the end, like he'd done everything he could. He gave his all for us, and he gave us hope. Of course he did. And to think, he had it in for us and all, then he went and saved us. That shocked me almost as much as you. But that's why we can't give up, so Egil's sacrifice wasn't in vain. We're going to win this one, Shulk, for Egil. We won't forget the others who've given their lives. We'll make them proud. A new future in their name. That's our promise to them. And no one will have to suffer through this again. I'm right with you, Shulk. I like the fact that that one does come post-Mechonic's core and we actually get a fair bit of talk about kind of those events, really. Because otherwise so much other shit's happening with the High Entia and turning into Telethia and whatnot that you kind of forget about. Well, you don't forget about Dixon's betrayal so much, but you didn't really have a chance to kind of sit down and digest it. Anyway, we've come here for one final time. We have one to clean... Oh, fucking hell. We've got one to get here atop the crown tree in Sartorial Marsh. So this is, conveniently named between Sharla and Riki, atop the crown tree. It's nice, isn't it, climbing up trees? It really takes me back. Oh, to when Sharla was Little Pon? Yeah, exactly. Ugh, to be a little girl again. Oh, Riki feel like Little Pon too. What a strange thing to say. Oh, Riki say something strange? Sharla mad at Riki? No, nothing like that, it's just surprising. To see you say you feel young, you're sort of childish anyway. Oh, Riki not child, Riki old grown up. I know, you're older than Dunban, aren't you? Oh, Riki much older than Dundun. Riki marry Oka, Riki have children, soon become Grampy Pon. You're very responsible. If I was in your position, I'm not sure I could cope. Oh, but Charlotte can't be Daddy Pon. No, that's not what I meant. I mean, one day I hope to have a family of my own, like you. Charlotte will have big family. Riki know this. Heropon's instinct. All good things come to those who wait. Riki, what a lovely phrase. Where did you learn it? Oh, Chief Dunga tell Riki. When Riki and old God not yet couple, Riki want to be with Oka, so Dunga teach Riki new phrase. Well, it's lovely, Riki. Thank you for sharing it with me. Fun fact, and we'll talk about it, they'll talk about it a bit more in this Heart to Heart, but also in the DLC for this, Future Connected, it very heavily features two of Riki's Little Pon. The man himself, unfortunately, isn't in it a great deal, but his lads are, so that's entertaining enough. Anyway, second run. You don't act like it. You've built up quite a debt. Oh, but Riki's tummy hurts. Riki thinks Charlotte should stop talking about debt. No, Riki, you can't avoid your responsibilities. Oh, Charlotte, wrong. Riki worked very hard for family, but never enough for Ocker and Little Pon, never enough. 11 mouths to feed is a lot, I don't envy you, Riki. Oh, Riki keep working and Riki keep working and pay back debt. Riki promise. Riki want all Little Pon to become bestest Heropon of village. Just like a proper dad. Alright then, Riki, go and make your family proud. I'm not surprised. I'm sure you loved climbing trees when you were little, just like me. Oh, Charlotte good at climbing trees. Charlotte looked like proper lady. Charlotte, Riki not know Charlotte climb trees. That's very nice of you to say, but I'm really not that ladylike. I couldn't get enough of sitting at the top of trees. Oh, Riki and Littlebon love climbing trees together. But... What is it, Riki? One Littlebon not like it. A Nopon that can't climb? Oh, the village has lots of Littlebon who can't climb trees. Sorry, Riki, I shouldn't stereotype your people. Plus, Littlebon have good reason. Riki take eyes away from Littlebon, then Littlebon get stuck in tree. Littlebon waited for Riki for a long time. Now Littlebon not like climbing. Oh no, they're too scared to climb trees anymore. We'll all be okay. Before Littlebon grow big, Riki fix Littlebon to like trees again. Riki, you're a good father. Your Littlebon are proud of you. Look at me, starting to well up. Riki always think about Littlebon. Littlebon most important to Riki. Shall I bring good Mamapon one day too? I hope so too, Riki. I hope so too. Oh dear, why not? Did something happen to them? Oh, Riki no reason. When Riki take eyes away from Littlebon, Littlebon get scared. Littlebon stuck at top of tree and wait for Riki for whole day. Oh, that sounds horrible. Are they okay now? Well, the Littlebon at school tease my Littlebon because not climb now. All Riki's fault. Don't beat yourself up, Riki. With some love and care, the little one will be fine. And when they're ready again, you can take them climbing again. Riki likes Charlotte's idea. You nice hom-hom, Charlotte. And you're a good father, Riki. The bestest Heropon father. And with that, that wraps us up in the beautiful Sartorial Marsh. We've done all the ones we can in Magna Forest as well, of which there's not a huge number. So our journey takes us next to Frontier Village, to Riki's house, no less. While we're here, I've kind of never shown this, but we can talk to Riki's kids, and they'll say stuff like, Dadapon, Dadapon, little me get a little bit taller, soon be bigger than Dadapon. When Meconis move, me very worried about Dadapon. Hope Dadapon not on Meconis, very scary for little me. Dadapon, Dadapon! When village went shaky shaky, very scary for little me. And we could also talk to Oka. Littlebon got big while you were away. They started helping out around house and village. Nice little touches. We have this one heart to heart here. Life's hard for a Heropon. Let's just save first and then launch into it. Riki, you not want to leave home again. Ready to leave us already? You can stay here. No one will mind. Oh, Dunda not sad Riki leave. Two Heropon better than one. I'll be fine without you, but I'm not so sure about the others. Oh, Shulk will miss Riki. Ryan too. Riki's friends all sad. Riki think Dundun's sad too. I'm afraid not, Riki. Oh, not fair. Dundun should cry. Riki not like Dundun anymore. You can whinge all you like, Riki. Whoever wishes to leave is welcome. No argument here. Anyone can leave. Dundun not sound like other hom-hom. We live in times of war. If I shed a tear for every lost companion, I'd cry for an eternity. Crying is a luxury I cannot afford. Life must go on, Riki. Dundun. If I stop to mourn the departed, others will be left vulnerable. I say if you have time to mourn, then you have time to fight. That is my way. It could be your way, too. Oh yes, Riki tried Dundun's way. Riki tried to become better Heropon. You think it will make you into a better hero? Anyone can leak from eyes, but being there for loved ones much harder. With strong heart and strong mind, everyone can be Heropon. Amazing. I never thought I'd be taking lessons from you. Oh, do not be sad for Riki Dundun. Riki want Dundun to honour him by filling his place in battle. Okay, Dundun practice tomorrow. Riki want Dundun to fight enough for missing Riki too. You don't ask her much, do you? But it's quite alright. Training or no training, I'll more than make up for your absence. No! Dundun not take Riki's place until learn how to make pollen cakes. Must start practice now. You think less of me now? No, Riki not think that. But Riki not understand. Riki sad if Dundun leave. Why Dundun not sad if Riki say bye-bye? I'm a man of war, Riki. I've made myself numb to many Hom's emotions. No, Riki think Dundun wrong. Reason Dundun not sad because he is Hom hero. Be big and strong and brave so can fight more. Riki understand. Riki not want Dundun to be sad. So when Riki in trouble, Dundun can come to rescue. I appreciate your enthusiasm. But shouldn't you be getting yourself out of trouble? You're a grown Nopon, a father. You can't be relying on me. No, Dundun save Riki. Dundun like father to Fiora. Same as Riki. Save each other. I'll shed a tear for you. Dundun tell truth? Ugh, Dundun can cry? No, Riki not want Dundun to cry. I thought you did want me to cry. No, not cry. If Riki going to leave, then Riki want Dundun beg him to stay. Dundun can beg now. Beg? You are delusional, Riki. Besides, it's inevitable we'll each go our own ways eventually. Really? Oh, no, not good. Riki want to stay with friends, but want family to come too. Dundun think Riki's selfish? Yes, you're completely selfish. But Riki not like Dundun anymore. You might like that arrangement, but what about Oka and the kids? or has their own life here in the village. Your kids have friends. But you really think you can force them to give it all up just because you want to? Done right. Riki wrong this time. Riki understand now. Cheer up, my friend. We'll visit you from time to time, and you'll enjoy it too. Not at all. Riki not selfish, thank you. But Riki want cake and eat it, so Riki figured out best way. Come on then, out with it. Riki, Oki, and Littlebon all move to Dundun's house. Then in future, Fiora and Shulk come too. Ryan can come too sometimes if Melly and Charla come. Riki and friends have big party. Let me get back to you on that. My house is fairly small, and you wouldn't like the beds. Let's agree to go back to our own homes for now, okay? Oh, Riki like Riki's idea better. Dundun should listen more. Oh, Riki no. Dundun build bigger house. Let me guess. You can get me a good loan to pay for the work? Wait, Dundun tried to be funny. Oh, Riki not like Dundun's joke. Riki invite everyone back to Dundun's house. This Riki's joke. And with that, we've got a second one in Frontier Village, which is up on the diving platform. So this is Reawakened Memories between Charla and Fiora. I've heard it's not unaccustomed to jump from here, to prove your love and devotion. From all the way up here. Whoa, bit high, isn't it? A bit. But you know someone who's leapt for an even greater height. You mean Ryan? Ryan didn't jump, he fell and fell hard. I'm talking about Shulk, you know, the one you fancy. When the fortress collapsed, he jumped straight off. He spared no thought for himself, all he cared about was saving you. But it's the same with you and Ryan, isn't it? He kept you safe. We talked about it once. I think his exact words were, "Oh, saved her, it was me!" Oh dear, that boy doesn't shut up. He seems happy with himself. Sounds like Ryan, alright. If it was just between you and me, then I guess it's okay. What do you mean? You know how Ryan made you that promise that he'd protect Shulk no matter what happened? Now Shulk is a stronger person. Ryan's feeling a bit inadequate. I didn't realise. So he was showing me who So that was all about showing me you could protect someone. You. Or it was just Ryan being a dolt. No need for any big leaps of logic. Kidding, he didn't say that. Ugh, I guess even Ryan isn't that stupid. Everyone knows we survived because we fell into the water. You could have hurt yourself, even falling into the sea. But no, Ryan didn't say a thing. I know he really likes you, though. How about we concentrate on you and me first? How about we concentrate on you first and me later, okay? No fair, Charlotte. I shared with you. Next time we have dinner, you're going to tell me everything. Well, okay. I can't avoid it forever, but you're buying, Fiora. You mean Shulk? I think I saw a smile there. Yeah, when the fortress exploded, he didn't hesitate for a second. He jumped to save his sweet Fiora. I only remember bits and pieces. I was so afraid, but when I woke up, there was Shulk by my side. I suddenly felt safe and warm. Sounds like you two get along very well indeed. What do you mean? I get along well with everyone. You, Ryan, my brother. I get it, playing it close to your chest. But I know what happened after you woke up. Ryan told me. You were all nervous, didn't know whether to hold hands or not. I'm not telling. You're a sneaky one, you. But it's okay. I know how nice it can be keeping these little secrets. Charla, Hold it there, Missy. You're about to spoil the mood by apologising for no reason. How do you do that? Nothing gets past you at all. Ha, trust me, Geddo's had it much worse than you ever will. But if you need any help, don't hesitate to ask Big Sis Charla. Although Dunban strikes me as the type who'd know a lot about this. Dunban? Even Riki knows more about relationships than him. Heh, Riki is married after all, so he's got one up on both of us. Ryan said that. Not just him, Dunban had plenty to say as well. Ryan and Dunban, they need to take a look in the mirror. I'm sure they have bigger things to worry about than my love life. It's natural, Fiora. We're all anxious for you and Shulk. Follow your heart. Just remember to be careful. First love can end in tears. Not you too, Charla. I've had enough of everyone sticking their nose in my business. We only want the best for you. Don't go look back on this time with regret. Go get your man, Fiora. Whose side is Charla on? She was always saying she was on Melia's side, and then that came out to be completely nothing. Anyway, with that, we need to head up to Erith Sea, where we have one to do at the Syreth Lighthouse. So this is Riki Have Question between Fiora and Riki. Ah, beautiful. See, Fiora, see! I see it, Riki. It's gorgeous. You can see all the way to the remains of the Mechonis. Fiora, Riki Have Question. Will I be able to answer this? I want to be prepared in case it's a really difficult one. Maybe Riki not ask question. That could be for the best. I might look like a Machina, but I'm not like Mikol or Linarda. I don't have their wisdom. Machine people different. Riki and Fiora not born thousands of years ago. Old people always know more. I guess you're right, Riki. How old do you think they are, anyway? Miko, 6,000 years old. Leonardo, do not tell age to Riki. Riki, you already know not to ask a lady her age. Fiora like Machina now. How long will Fiora live? Forever and ever. Maybe with this body I can live for thousands of years too. Ugh, 1,000 years is one with 3 zeros at end. I think it might get a little bit lonely. Everyone will have died. You, Dunban, the others. And then there's Shulk. Ah, Riki no Fiora thinking about Shulk just now. What are you talking about? Riki no truth. But Fiora wrong to choose Shulk and not Heropon Riki. Riki best. Oh, Riki, that's sweet. But what were you going to ask me about? Oh, Riki think. Oh, Riki forget. You're a funny one, Riki. I guess it wasn't that important. But you made me smile, so thank you, Riki. Why Fiora say thank you? Riki do something nice? Riki not like Fiora's happy face, so no complaint. Riki like Fiora's happy face, so no complaining from Riki. I don't really know. This body is half Homs after all, and... Oh, what's wrong, Fiora? Nothing, Riki. It's nothing. I'm okay being like this. I don't need to live forever. And I wouldn't want to outlive all my friends. I'd be very lonely. Fiora sad about machine body? If machine body do bad things, remember to tell Riki. That's sweet, Riki. Thank you. I will remember. What did you want to ask me? Did something happen? Riki thinking. Oh, Riki worry about Fiora, so Riki forget question. Oh, never mind, Riki. Let me know if he comes back to you, okay? What is it, Riki? Riki, Fiora, please tell Riki. What is behind Mechonis? Behind Mechonis? I don't know. Just the sea in the sky, I guess. At least that's what I've always been told. Maybe Fiora right. Something wrong, Riki? Hereupon Riki went to travel around the whole world after fighting Finish. Why bother? You'd be a wrinkled old geezer before you find anything. Oh, Riki not old yet, not grumble enough. Listen, I spoke to a Machina navigator once. He said that even if you travel at the speed of light for 100 years, you won't find a speck of land. Oh, Riki can't fly at speed of light. That's not fair. And you also probably won't live to be 100 years old. But since I'm half Machina, I'll maybe outlive you all. That's not fair either, Fiora. Fiora get other half of Homon body back. That's my dream, Riki. Fiora not give up dream. Machina medicine people ask for... Machina medicine people to give ask... What? Too many nouns and not enough linking words. Machina medicine people give back body to Fiora. Fiora ask. Then Fiora let Riki go travel. In that case, it's settled. Hereupon Riki becomes Pilgripon? No, not good. Ugh, forget I said it. You do? Wow. That's an amazing idea, Riki. I bet Shulk and Ryan are planning to just sit around doing nothing. And Shulk needs to get his act together in more ways than one. Riki is amazing? Yes, Riki is amazing. Shulk and Ryan are Riki's friends, but Riki cleverest of all. If you like. I wonder if there's really anything out there to discover. If there is, it'd be nice to see it one day. Not one day. Sooner. Soon day. Fiora should be more excited. I am excited, Riki. It's just, will we ever really find anywhere else? If we do, will it be like this place? Or will it be free of fighting and squabbling? Imagine a place where everyone could live in peace and harmony. Not need place like that, Fiora. Not need new place for that, Fiora. Make Bionis into beautiful world. Peaceful world, even. That is Riki and friends' duty. Good point, Riki. You're completely right. Why didn't I think of that? You've really opened my eyes. Oh, opening eye, no problem for Heropon, Riki. Friends make world better place together. I can't wait. Lead the way, O Heropon. We'll all be right behind you. So with that, we have a couple now to do inside Alchemoth. So this is between Melia and Sharla, Ancient Astrology. With all the ones in Alchemoth, bear in mind, none of them are aware of the fall of Alchemoth, which makes them all feel a little bit out of place, but there we go. What's the matter, Sharla? Why are you standing here? The stars, they're beautiful, aren't they? Knowing that they're the same stars I see back home, it makes me feel at peace. Yes, I feel it too. Melia, do you know anything about fortune-telling? It's nothing but mumbo-jumbo. It's patently false and I refuse to believe such drivel. I don't know, Melia, there's certainly some truth to it. Yet, if I asked you for proof, would you have any to give? Well, maybe not, but if it was 100% accurate, it wouldn't be called fortune-telling. That almost makes sense. Trust me, Melia, I know a little about this sort of thing. How about we do a reading? What star sign are you? My star sign is a Rhapsodist. That's great news. It is? Why? Shulks is the pedagogue. You guys are a perfect match. Whose side are you on, Charlotte? We are? You're such a lucky girl, Melia. Such things do not impress me. I cannot share your enthusiasm. I know you're smiling inside. How dare you? But, you really think we're a match? Ha! You are interested after all. It's true, when the stars align, true lovers' destinies are set. I feel more confident, but I shall remain cautiously optimistic. I will not answer that. Tell me what you intend to read about me first. How compatible you are with Shulk, of course. Why would you care? It's more than I thought that you might care. I do not need to know. Then this won't interest you at all. Shulk was born a pedagogue. If you'd happen to be a rhapsodist, well, you'd be a perfect match. But I am a rhapsodist. Could it be true? Melia, you okay? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about Riki, that's all. Of course I do. It's about selling this future based on one star sign. That's right. I thought only Homs knew about fortune telling. I know nothing of its origins, but its practitioners have existed for countless generations. Amazing to think that people of old looked up at the same sky as us. Quite amazing, yes. So, do you believe in fortune telling? No, I do not. Making grand predictions based on the movements of the stars? It's preposterous. I don't know, sometimes it's surprisingly accurate. But fortune tellers only tell you what you already know. Melia, your star sign is the Rhapsodist, am I right? You are correct, but how did you know? The power of fortune telling. Basically, you're a typical Rhapsodist. You're a perfectionist and you're firm in your beliefs. Do you mean to say that I'm inflexible and stubborn? Is that it? Although, now that you mention it, you're not exactly wrong. It's working. I barely said a thing, but she's starting to believe me. Yes, I do. Is it unbecoming of me to dabble in such things? No, not at all, Melia. All girls love this stuff. Don't you worry about yourself. Oh, thank goodness. I always wondered, you know. Tell me, Melia, what's your star sign? The Rhapsodist. How about you, Charlotte? My star sign's the Perfumer. You and me have great compatibility, Melia. I guessed as much. Ha! Wow, Melia, you're even better at reading people than me. Not among the greatest of the heart-to-hearts, that one. We have another one now between... We have another one now in the audience chamber. So this one is between Shulk and Melia, so close yet so far. I never would have guessed you were a princess, Melia. I'm sorry I hid it from you. I was waiting for the right time to tell you, but it never came. I should have figured it out from the way you dress. I dress differently to other girls? Yeah, your clothes are weird. You say you don't like the way I dress. I suppose that's to be expected. What do you mean? Ignore me. I was just... It's nothing. Are you suggesting my tastes are a bit less sophisticated? What an absurd question. I would never say something like that. Sorry, Melia. It just felt like you were going for something along those lines. Would you be quiet? Let's just forget this conversation ever happened. How about that? Alright, if you're sure. But I am sorry, Melia. That was dumb what I said. You don't need to apologise. It was me being silly. I put you on the spot. Melia, I look at you and all I see is you. I don't care if you're a Hyentia or a Homs, a Nopon or a Machina. You're my friend and you don't have to be anything other than what you are. For you to say so much, Shulk, is appreciated. So, don't worry about it. I like you the way you are. And I shall remember that, and keep being me. I swear you were about to. I was not. I have no need to learn what kind of girl you prefer. Yeah, I guess not. Sorry, Melia, you're not annoyed at me, are you? No, it was my fault. It was a silly conversation anyway. Let's just forget about it, okay? You don't want to get back to the point you were trying to make? I'd like to, one day, but it'll have to be another time. No problem, just remember I'm here whenever you want to talk. I do not intend to forget. It's not a bad thing. Really? That is quite a relief. I don't really know what other girls wear, so I was worried. Clothes aren't really that important, I just like the way you are. You could be a princess, a pauper, or even from a crazy alien world. I'd still be your friend. I always will be. If you get back to talking like that, if you keep talking like that, you'll be back in my good books. But I do wonder what it would be like if I were not a princess. I have no idea. I suspect some things might have been somewhat different. How do you mean? We might have been closer. Really? You think it'd make that much of a difference? Sometimes I'm jealous. I mean, of the others. I don't seem to fit in. And you do not share the feelings that I have for you. You don't need to worry about any of this, Melia. Remember, you're... I know, I'm me and I don't need to be anyone else. You're right. And don't you forget it. Nothing would change. I suppose not. I most likely would have still met all of you and travelled with you. But I don't know, Shulk. Sometimes I look at everyone and I get very jealous. You do? Why? Everyone is so at ease with each other. They get to be themselves. I was brought up as a member of the Hyentia Imperial family. But you're not stuck in this stuffy palace anymore. You're free now. So go on, show off. Do something really crazy. It'll be our secret. You mean right now? In front of you? No, I'm too embarrassed. I can't. Please don't make me, Shulk. You don't have to. It's fine. But give it some thought. I shall take your advice into consideration. And then maybe one day you'll see me do something crazy. Yeah, not the strongest heart-to-heart there as well, I'll be honest. But anyway, there's one more to do here, which is out on the Sky Terrace. So this is between Ryan and Melia, a breathtaking sight. Check out that out. How high are we? Man, Alchemoth, what a place. Careful now. Another step and you shall not be seeing tomorrow. How on by honest did you get this entire city to float? Amazing. It's quite simple, really. Oh, right, yeah, simple, she says. I can't get enough of this breeze, though. Makes me feel alive. You enjoy it up here? Personally, I'm not so keen on high spaces. You what? You live on these floating rocks and you're scared of heights? I wouldn't put it quite like that. You can't hide it from me. I can see it in your eyes, Melia. Ugh, I shall grant him this one. It is true. I am afraid that I might fall off the edge. It is due to a bad experience I had in my childhood. You're joking, right? It's nothing. Look. And how is it, Ryan? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Are you alright, Ryan? I feel dizzy. Head spinning. You're right, I'm staying back. I told you so, Ryan. Melia, you try it now, but whatever you do, don't fall off. I am fine where I am, thank you, and kindly stop messing around. Oh, come on, I was only playing. Ugh, such an irritating brute. The truth is, when I was very young, I fell from this very precipice. Ever since, I cannot bring myself to look over the edge. You must be joking. Why? You're seriously telling me you fell from here and lived? Yes, I cannot tell you how because I have no memory of it. That is one heck of a tale, Melia. Everyone has a story or two to tell. This is mine. Now come on, Ryan. Time to go. Impressive. Nice story, Melia. You winged bunch are a funny lot. Charlotte was right. Ryan can be sweet every now and then. I quite agree. Gazing across our beloved land, it's a sight like no other. All those fears and worries just seem to melt away. So you feel it too, eh? It reminds me when I used to sneak out of school. I'd go and watch the clouds go by from the highest hill in the colony. I have to say that sounds just like you, Ryan. Shulk could come looking for me and we'd argue about me skiving off. He'd eventually give up and we'd hang out until school was over. What? But I cannot imagine Shulk being so naughty. Hell, look, Shulk's always been a bit of a rule breaker, just like me. Poppycock! I cannot believe that Shulk is anything like you, Ryan. Oh, so that's how you think it is it? Tell me, if he's so different to me, what's he doing here? Whatever do you mean? Us two chose to leave behind our old lives and go and get revenge, even though Dunbad said something about treasuring life. The point is, Shulk didn't listen, and that's the Shulk I know. I see. It doesn't matter what kind of danger there is out there, we live by our own rules. I somehow get your point, Ryan. I am jealous in a way. I have spent my life trained by the expectations of my peers. Well, my way works for me, and your way works for you. You can't just do random whatever because of all your responsibilities. But do you think I'd last 5 minutes being top dog of your people? The Ministry of Health requires daily triathlons for all citizens. They'd be up in arms. Agreed. Best to focus on more suitable matters. Exactly. Now, come on, let's go find the others. I got that impression. When the Telethia surprised me in the tomb and you all appeared, your presence shocked me greatly. Homs had never set foot inside the tomb before. We've been breaking down barriers like that for years. I heard he even argued with my brother. He sensed I was in danger and persuaded him to let you find me. What is it, Ryan? I'm the one who stood up to Callian, not Shulk. Really? It was you? And it was Dunban that sealed the deal. So it wasn't Shulk after all. I'll say something wrong? No, not at all, but I'm no longer in the mood to chat. Let us leave. Yeah, the other two in Alchemoth weren't the best. There's a reason I'd left them for ages, but that one is actually quite good. With us done in Alchemoth here, let's head over to the High-Entia tomb. And this one is between Melia, obviously a lot of these ones around Alchemoth and that are Melia, and Shulk, called Hopes and Plans. Am I really to be the last ruler of the High-Entia? Melia, in fact, even calling me the ruler is a bit of a joke. I'm the Empress of a city of one. You weren't the only one with Hom's heritage. Reach out to the remaining High-Entia, rebuild the city together. Easier said than done. Rebuilding Alchemoth is nonsense, it's completely impossible. Sorry, Melia, I might have seemed a bit too eager there, but I don't want you to give up. I understand what you're saying, but I can't, Shulk. Is that really how you feel? Well, not exactly. I'm resolved in my decision to ascend the throne. Then what's wrong? You'll be a great ruler. But what about those I let down, and those close to me that I lost? How can I, a failure to my people, rebuild an entire city? If anyone can rally the people again, it's you, Melia. It'll take time and a lot of effort, but if you build it, they will come. Shulk, I just remembered Judy was helping to reconstruct Colony 6. Yeah, you could learn a few tips from him. You'll get Alchemoth back on its feet before you know it. Thank you so much, Shulk. It's settled. I shall begin as soon as our current mission is over. Hey, there's something for the DLC. Genuinely, not taking the piss. Yes, but that isn't you. The Melia I know has a lot more confidence in herself than that. How can I be confident in myself? I failed to save those close to me. I let them die. You think someone like that can rebuild an entire city? So what? You're just going to forget you're even a High-Entier? Live the rest of your life as a Homs? No, I won't do that. Whatever you're going to do, you don't have to rush your decision. Take some time. Think about it. I'll be here, ready to listen, whatever choice you make. I don't know what path I will take. I need time to think. However, I will tell you as soon as I know. I look forward to it. No hurry, though. Thank you, Shulk. Do you think it's possible? Of course, I'll help you out. You'll be fine, I know it. No one's tougher than you, Melia. No challenge seems beyond reach when you talk about it. When I look into your eyes, I feel so sure about myself. You do? Well, thanks. Shulk, when Alchemoth is rebuilt, I have a personal mission. Really? What are you going to do? I want to see if I can find any relatives of my mother. My real mother, that is. I've never actually seen this route for this Atop before. This is entirely new to me. Holy shit. You mean the second consort? She was your birth mother, right? Yes. I have a few memories of our time spent in the Imperial Villa. Then we can look together. I can't ask that of you. It might take me some time to track them down. I'll go alone. Why? The two of us could find them in half the time. You should be with Fiora. She's still not completely well. It's the right thing to do. But what about your mother's relatives? I'll find them. Don't worry about me. Thank you, Shulk. Okay, whatever you say, Melia. But remember this. When you go back to Alchemoth, I'll still be your friend. Anytime you need me, just let me know. I'll be there for you, Melia. I will, Shulk. Thank you for everything. You'll look for them with me? Are you sure? I mean, I don't want to pressure you. You don't even have to ask. I'd love to meet your family. It might take some time to track them down. Then let's ask Fiora and Ryan. The four of us can go. Then we'll be sure to find them. Well, okay, Shulk. Another adventure with my friends, it would be most enjoyable. We'll always be your friends, even after you return home. I'm glad. Thank you, Shulk. You're a good friend. With that, we are going now down to the Fallen Arm. There's a couple of... I know vaguely the ones down in the Fallen Arm are fairly hefty. They have high affinity requirements, and their content is... Well, based on the titles, A Family of Two, Eternal Scars, Overcoming the Pain, and Those Waiting for You. This is probably going to be fairly meaty stuff. But I've actually never seen any of them before, so we'll figure it out. Anyway, here we need Dunban and Fiora. So this is called A Family of Two. Hey Fiora, can a big brother ask his little sister a question? Sure, Dunban, what is it? Has that body of yours really healed? Since you went and had that checkup, you haven't said a word about it. Don't be silly, I'm clearly much better now. It does look that way. But you're like me, you'll keep put up with anything and keep silent. So I'm saying you don't have to. If you're in pain, be honest with me. I'm not hiding anything. This is me, your big brother. Did you think I wouldn't notice? I'm really not lying, Dunban. Don't worry so much. Are you absolutely sure? There's nothing you want to tell me? Yes, I feel fine. Well, if you say so, I'll believe you. But let me say this one thing. Go ahead. Burying the pain deep inside you will never free you from its chains. I know that. I'm glad you're looking out for me, Dunban. Of course I'm looking out for you. If I failed in my brotherly duties, I wouldn't be much of a big brother. I just don't like seeming too needy. I think you're the only one I could talk about this with. Even Shulk. I suppose I can see why, but if you pluck up the courage and talk to him, I know he'll be okay. He's Shulk. He's generally quite predictable. I know. He'll be as sweet as he always is. That's one of the things I like most about him. Do you like Shulk, Dunban? Yes, I do. But enough of this soppy chit-chat. You need to get your energy and all your confidence back. Now let's go find our friends. Okay. I'm so happy that you're my big brother. You know that, right? You say that, but sometimes there's just nothing else you can do, you know? I wish I could do more to help you, Fiora. I know you do. I'm sorry I'm not being more open with you, but someday I will be. Take all the time you need. There's no use in forcing yourself to talk if you don't want to. Thanks, and again, I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize. You've done nothing wrong. I know, but we're family, and we always stick together. You're right, Dunban. You've always been there for me. Thanks. You caught me. I knew it, so tell me about it. I'm alright at the moment. I can't feel any pain, but I can't hold out forever. So your body is giving up. Did you talk to Shulk or any of the others about this? I haven't told anyone else. How can I? I could stand it if they weren't worrying about... If they couldn't stand it if they were worried about me. And I can see what you mean. I know how it feels. It wasn't long ago that I was out of action. It's awful, isn't it? Yes, I hated not being able to make my body move how I wanted. Then you have some idea of what I'm going through. Indeed. But that doesn't mean I can ever understand exactly how you feel. To do that, I'd have to be you. Even I can't really answer that one. All I know is, I just want everyone to treat me normally. And we will, Fiora. But stop trying to hide all of this from everyone. They'll find out soon enough. When the time comes, I'll tell them. I have to. It's the right thing to do, and I'll be behind you all the way. It doesn't matter how they react. You'll be fine, I guarantee it. As much as it frightens me, I know you're probably right. Thank you, Dunban. There's more to it than that. What's this all of a sudden? I mean, you know better than anyone else what state I was in. Yes, but this is a completely different situation. Fiora, Do you realise what's happened to me? I'll never get to grow old with the ones I love. This body could stop functioning next year, or next week, or any time for all I know. I'm sorry, I guess I overstepped the mark a bit. But I still think you'll feel better if you talk about all of this. No, I won't, Dunban. Wait, are you making me angry on purpose? I'm not very good with words. I never say the right thing. That's why I figured making you blurt it out is the easiest way. You know, I'm sorry I was just rude to you just now. You're right, I do feel a bit better getting it off my chest. Good, that's what I'd hoped. When you feel it bottling up, you can use me to sound off. I'll be your own personal punching bag. I think you better be ready. I have a lot to say. Thanks, Dunban. Next up is one I've always been curious about, but have never got enough affinity to do before, so this'll be an interesting one. 100%. So, the Ruins of Metal Face is between Melia and Dunban, probably the two party members who've gone through the most shit, called Eternal Scars. Dunban, I don't know how to ask this. What is it, Melia? The man in the metal face mech-on. Mumkar, I think? Were you and he acquainted before he became that thing? What difference does it make? Well, I apologise. I didn't mean to sound so defensive. I just don't quite understand the relevance of your question. It's difficult to explain, but I need to know. I must know, Dunban. He murdered my father, yet I know nothing about him. I understand, Melia. I'm sorry. I should have spoken to you about this sooner. Thank you. I know it's not easy for you to talk about him. I'm fine. Ask away. I am partly responsible, after all. You? What do you mean? He changed right around the time I started using the Monado. He coveted it so much that his jealousy consumed him. If I'm honest, I wasn't completely oblivious to this, but I didn't act. And then it was too late. You should not blame yourself. The darkness that haunted his heart was to blame. He was lost long ago, it seems. I just wish that fool had realised. I wasn't even the true heir to the Monado. Shulk was. He should never have had a reason to hate either of us. Dunban, I shouldn't get emotional. You probably didn't want me to go on about the old days like this. Actually, I found great value in it. Thank you, Dunban. It'll never be easy. Not after what he did to our home and to Fiora. Believe me, I know. He stole my father from me as well. I doubt the day when I forgive him will ever come, Melia. Just as long as you understand the danger of living in the past. I do. I know if I live with hate in my heart, I'm no better than him. He became consumed by his hatred for me, and he died for it. I see. It was Shulk who showed me the light. I'd have gone down a dark path myself otherwise. I'd have taken Mumkar's life. I'm very grateful to Shulk. I hope I can repay the favour one day. I feel very much the same way. Let us work together to live by Shulk's example. We were comrades in arms. 1 year ago, he and I risked our lives fighting the Mechon, but when the battle turned, he chose to make a run for it. So he was a cowardly man. He was always fairly unreliable. Deep down I knew that one day he'd fail us in our time of need, but in the battle a year ago, he still seemed to be on our side. What do you mean, Dunban? Are you saying he wasn't always the monster he became? Whatever his reasons, that day he was fighting off those machines as hard as we were. That is difficult to believe. Oh, you would not understand. That may well be what you think, Dunban. I apologise, Melia. My words are not meant to hurt. But if you knew him, but I knew him, and I can only tell you what I saw. Do you think he had a reason for fighting? Someone to protect? I have often thought about that. He's originally from another colony, one destroyed long ago. That's all you hear of the other colonies, really, I think. Very little so far we get, other than that. So in theory, maybe he had nothing to lose. Maybe that's all it was. Perhaps you're right. Whatever the reasons, his atrocities can never be justified. Of course. I suppose it would be futile to think too hard about it. Dunban, does it hurt to remember? I didn't mean to worry you over this. This is one of many tales of battle, a never-ending circle of betrayal. If you say so, but I look forward to the day our world is free from war. I know the truth. Maybe that's why I'm so full of regret. Maybe I could have stopped him. You mustn't blame yourself. You could not have stopped this. Perhaps, but it's complicated. I can't deny that he was a bit of an unreliable fellow, but he saved my life countless times. After I first took up the Monado, there was definite change in him. He was taken by its power. I pity him. I just wish he'd realised. I wasn't the true heir to the Monado. Shulk was. He should never have had a reason to hate either of us. Dunban, Mumka, I doubt I'll ever forgive you for what you did. But I'll never forget you, and I hope you can find peace. That's a sentiment I like very much that this game deals with. Of, I can't forgive you, but I hope you find. But neither will I forget you, and I hope you'll find peace. Personally, got a lot of time for that. A couple more on the Fallen Arm. This time we need to head up to Digit 1, up there where those chests actually still are from hunting skeeters a while ago. So this one is between Melia and Fiora, overcoming the pain. It's probably going to be fairly heavy as well, I imagine. Fiora, can I talk to you about something? Shulk told me you remember being inside that mechon. Is it true? Yes, I remember it all too well. Someone else was controlling my body, but I was conscious. I could see, hear, and smell. Then, do you know what the metal-faced mechon did to me? He killed your father. Yes, and when my father died, I realised something. He loved me dearly, but I found that out much too late. Why are you telling me this now? I do not know, but I am unsure how I should deal with these emotions. Why not look inside yourself? Dunban always tells me that. Search your own feelings first. That is sage advice. I hope it'll help me find the answer I'm looking for. I hope so too, Melly. Yeah. And you know what? You probably don't have the answer. Already have the answer. You just don't know it yet. I might already have the answer. Has that helped at all? Yes. I simply needed a push in the right direction. Thank you. If you don't mind me telling me, I'd love to know what you figured out. I do not mind at all. This is what I realised. I must never let anyone experience the pain that I have. The pain of losing a parent. Not just that. I wish to build a world free of war, where no one must risk their lives. That is very ambitious, Melia. Do you really think you can do it? It will not be easy, and I cannot do it alone. But I will be Alchemoth's next ruler. If I do not take up this challenge, who will? You're amazing, Melia. You don't shy from anything. And if you need any help, I'll be there in an instant. We're friends. I'll always be there for you. Thank you. Your words give me confidence. Leave it to little old Fiora. And don't worry, I'll drag Shulk and Ryan along as well to help. I expect you need more time. Yes, I sense that the answer is somewhere trapped inside of me. I hate it when that happens. But I think I may be close to figuring it out. I know the feeling, like it's on the tip of your tongue, right? But you can't force it. You'll never find it that way. You speak with wisdom, Fiora. I agree. The answer will come to me on its own. All I need is patience. That's the spirit. Thank you, Fiora. You have reassured me a great deal. Would you mind if I continue to confide in you from now on? You don't need to ask. It would be my pleasure, Melia. And you regret that? I would be lying if I said no, but I have still not come to terms with all that has happened. I do not know how I truly feel. I can imagine. It must be very tough. It is. At the time, all I could think about was killing that mechon. And you don't feel that way now? I cannot say for certain. Sometimes I feel myself becoming enraged when I recall that day, but the rage is not as potent as it was then. How come? How can I put this? It was seeing that madman die that opened my eyes to all of it. Why? What went through your head the moment Mumka died? Up until that very second, I was filled with rage, and then I changed. Suddenly I felt pity for him. You felt sorry for him. He was driven by his obsession with the Monado. To be more precise, it stemmed from his jealousy of Dunban. He sacrificed his body and his mind, and eventually it led to his death. You believe he was jealous of Dunban? I never knew much about Mumka, or how they knew each other. Something must have happened for that guy to change so much. I do not think that anyone remains who can answer all these questions. That in itself is what made me realise. Nothing good can come from revenge. I agree, and you know, even if it's still difficult for you to come to terms with, you've made a start. And I'm glad I have. In some twisted way, I have that man's death to thank for it. Fiora, thank you for listening to me. Don't thank me, I learned more from you than you did from me. And I always like talking with you anyway. Thanks, Melia. That's probably for the best. I suppose so. Before, vengeance was all I could think. Oh, massive hiccup there. Vengeance was all I could think of, but I realised it would lead to nothing good. What changed? I think it was something Shulk said to me. And what he did, too. Shulk risked his own life to stop Dumban from killing him. Shulk stopped Dumban, but Dumban's bigger and stronger. Shulk is growing day by day. You'll notice that soon enough. And that's when you realise killing Mumka was wrong. Yes, and the others realise too. Shulk changed us all. Shulk can have a powerful effect on people. Melia, can we make a pact? I want us to keep sharing these things we don't know. That is a very lovely idea. Ask me anything, and I will ask you as well. Thanks, Melia. Hanging out will be fun. And our final one up on the Fallen Arm takes place on the Distant Fingertip. So this is Those Waiting for You between Shulk and Riki. Look, Shulk, look! Hidden Village get really small. Look at that with the moving camera. You rarely see that in a Heart to Heart. It sure looks tiny from here. I can't believe we were down there not so long ago. What a view! Amazing! Riki see Bionis so well from here. Riki can see part where Okra and Little Pon are. I think you're right. All your family are waiting for the day you come home, but things are different for me. Oh, stop silly talk, Shulk. Shulk be very silly, hom-hom. What did I say? Shulk need to remember old stuff that happened with friends. Shulk will realise something if you think really, really hard. About our journeys together? Also, this is an interesting one. One of very few heart-to-hearts where we first give an answer as Riki, then the second answer is from Shulk. Usually you kind of control the same character throughout them. Yes! Shulk will meet lots of new people on his travels. All Shulk's friends will be waiting to see Shulk again. Really? You think they'll still remember me? Yes, of course remember Shulk. So Shulk must not forget to remember friends either. Or Riki go Heropon mad at Shulk. Then I'd better not forget. Thank you, Riki. You've helped me realise something really important. I have my very own family already. Oh, Heropon need no thanks. Ah, Riki forget. Dun want him. Now Riki get biff bash on head. He's a funny one. But thanks, Riki. I owe you one. How is this relevant? I remember it all, but what's it got to do with what we were talking about? Oh, I should not understand. Riki start water leak from eyes. Why is this getting you down? What did I say to make you feel like this? Tell me. Oh, Shulk really not know. Shulk meet many new people on friends on travels. All of Shulk's friends will be waiting for Shulk to come back. Riki needs Shulk to understand. Riki know his heart in his heart truth. Ah, I understand now. Otharon, Juju, even the people of the Hidden Village. Yes, well done, Shulk. So Shulk stop saying silly things and put a smile on Hom face. Huh, I'm kind of embarrassed. How did I miss that? Oh, Shulk know now. Come on, Hom, back to work. I'm right behind you, Riki, and I'm going to give the others a great big hug when I see them. I owe you one, Riki. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong, Shulk? Shulk not look happy. Shulk need to talk to Uncle Riki. Maybe I should, but I kind of feel like you wouldn't understand. Oh no, Riki understand everything. Believe in Riki, Shulk. That was mean. I'm sorry. I can't really tell you everything. It still hurts to remember it. Oh, Shulk not trust Riki, but Shulk knows Riki has 11 little pon. Why are you so eager anyway? Oh, Riki not want to see Shulk's upside down smile. Hiding feelings is bad for soul. Shulk should let it all out. I guess, but... Oh, but Riki should also know that Shulk must want to talk. So Riki wait for good day when Shulk talk to Riki. Thanks, Riki. When I'm ready, when I feel I'm ready, I'll let you know. You cool with that? Oh, Riki very cool. Riki and Shulk very best friends. Friends always listen to friends, and Riki and Shulk best friends. Shulk want to go back now? Dun and old friends will be worried. You're a good friend, Riki. Okay, here's the thing. My parents died a long time ago, so when I go home, there won't be anyone waiting. Oh, that is big shame. Riki son realize. Riki have good idea. What is it, Riki? Riki become Shulk's daddy pon, then she'll get new mama pon to live like happy family. What was that, Riki? Oh, Shulk use big hom brain. Shulk can live with Riki and Ocker, and then Shulk have family waiting. Shulk never gets sad again. Shulk not like Riki's idea? Oh, Riki very sorry, Shulk. Riki only want to see Shulk happy. No, it's not that. Thank you, Riki. Thank you so much. No one's ever asked me to be a part of their family. Oh, Shulk not worry anymore. Riki want to see big hom smile from ear to ear. Then Riki go show Melly and old friends smile to cheer them up. Why wait, Riki? I'll go and show them now. You're a great friend, Riki. That was surprisingly touching. I quite like that. Anyway, next. It's both a good thing and a bad thing. There are no missable heart-to-hearts in the game, which is good, but it means that none of the areas you can ever lose access to have heart-to-hearts in them. So none in Sword Valley, Galahad Fortress, McConnors Field, Central Factory, or Agneritha. So it's a shame because it means you don't get to see those places and kind of potentially chat about them a bit. 3 more to go. Our first one is over in Bionis Interior. So this is kind words between Riki and Melia. Oh, Melly, cheer up. Cheer up, Melly. Oh, Riki, it's you. What are you looking at me like that for? Don't be worried. But Melly have frowny frown face. I do not know what you mean. I'm feeling positively ebullient. Now let us return to the others. Oh, Riki think Melly lying. What makes you say that? Oh, Riki like Melly very much, and Riki know Melly very much. Melly not hide from Riki. I suppose, but you still seem far too confident about this. Oh, when Riki still little pon, Chief Dunga teach Riki important lesson. Lie to self and heart get heavy. If Melly lie to self lots and lots, heart get too heavy for body, then Melly is big useless lump. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing your people's wisdom with me, Riki. So Melly will talk to Riki about her feelings? I would love to do so freely, but it's never that simple. A person in my position has certain constraints set upon them. Oh, a person in princess position. Exactly. I was brought up a certain way and in a particular environment, so I need time, Riki. Time to learn how to live with more freedom than I'm used to. Oh, Melly looks small bit better now. Each second I'm with you makes my heart feel lighter and lighter. Oh, Melly say nice things about Riki. Riki very happy. As am I, Riki. As am I. I must simply live with that. Oh, Melly not listen. Big lump. That is bad thing. No, I understand you well, Riki. I hear your words, but someone in my position is not afforded such luxuries. Oh, no. Then Melly one day gets squished by own heart. Do not worry, Riki. I have you here to help me have that stop happen. Whoa. I have you here to make me stop happen. Well, I've already pressed A, so we'll never know what that says. You can carry my heart for me. Oh, okay. Riki will help Melly carry heart too, and look after Melly in battle. Heropon to the rescue. You are very sweet. Thank you, Riki. You've seen right through me. I was thinking about my father and brother. It still hurts. Oh, Melly is Daddy Pon great birdman, and Brother Pon too. Riki liked very much. You did you? That is sweet of you, Riki. I'm proud of them too, as a daughter and a sister. I remember them both fondly. Something wrong, Riki? Oh, Riki very sad he failed at help Melly's family. Big Heropon failure. Arguably? Fucking hell. Maybe Riki passed Heropon title to Oka now. So Oka is next in line to be Heropon. Sorry, Riki. I spoke out of turn. You are not to blame. What Melly mean? The title of Heropon has been difficult to live up to, but I know you put your heart into being the Heropon, Riki. Oh, but Riki not saved Melly's family. But you have saved me more than once. Be proud of your achievements. I think you're a great warrior. Oh, Riki say such nice things. Riki thank Melly. Riki try harder from now on. Riki not want Melly be sad again. That's the Riki I remember. Thank you, Riki. You are sweet. God, that arguably was a real punch in the crotch for Riki there. How could you do that? It's like kicking a little, puppy in the face. That is simply not true. This is not like you, Riki. Where's that famous Heropon spirit I know so well? Oh, it'd get lost. Maybe Riki drop it somewhere. You should not let this bother you to such an extent. Life is all about learning, coming to terms with things, as I have with the passing of my father and brother. Oh, Melly's strong, bird lady. Riki want to be like Melly. Glad to have my Heropon back. I was wondering where he'd gone. Oh, Riki, stop moaning for now. Riki will always be there for Melly, as warrior and as friend. And I appreciate it, Riki. Thank you. Right, we have a second one to handle here inside the Bionis, which is... There we go. Down there from the Spinal Nerve Tower. So this one is between Fiora and Sharla, called Fiora's Body. Hey Fiora, I wanted to ask you something. What is it, Sharla? Ask away. Your new body, it's not malfunctioning, is it? What? It's just, you don't look like you're doing so well. I'm doing great, don't worry. Come on now, Fiora. Sure you're not hiding anything from me? I know a little about this, you know. Leonardo gave me a great book on machinal anatomical circuitry. Why would you need that? I'm studying to become a doctor. I'd have to leave the Defense Force, but it's what I want to do. More and more people are returning to Colony 6. They'll need a doctor. You definitely fit the bill. The truth is, I figured out something recently. It was Mayneth who kept your cardiopulmonary functions going. Am I right? Yes, Mayneth gave me strength. I guess you found out my secret. Why didn't you say something? Wait, no need to answer that. I know you hate worrying people. Sorry, Sharla. I didn't really want to cause a fuss. I know exactly how you feel, but that doesn't mean you should hide important things like that. All I want to do is be with Shulk and the rest of you. I couldn't bear to be alone. What if I leave everyone to go and rest and something happens? This might be my last chance to be with you all. I'm scared, Shala. Fiora, you can't think like that. When the time is right, I'll tell everybody. For now, I don't want you to tell a soul, Shala. Alright, I won't tell anyone, but you have to promise me not to give up hope. We will find a way to help you, Fiora, whatever it takes. I swear, we'll never give up on you. Shala, I don't know what to say. No, I'm fine without her. No, so there's no need to make such a fuss over me. Fiora, do you want me to get angry? No, of course not. Right, I can't force you to talk, and I understand your feelings. But you can shut up and listen, and if you don't like it, so be it. Whatever happens to us, Fiora, we will not let you die. Never give up hope. You will be well again, Fiora. Shala, just remember that. I will. Thank you, Shala. Sorry, is it that obvious? I knew it, so you are experiencing some malfunctions. I didn't mention it before, but Linana is teaching me mechanical anatomy. Why would you need to know that? Because when all this is over, I'm going to quit the Defense Force and become a doctor. People are returning to Colony 6. They'll need a doctor. Wow, that's amazing. I know that and without Menas Monado, your energy is depleted. You only have a small reserve left now. Apparently so. How can you be so laid back about all of this? You should be back in Linana's infirmary, not here doing this. No, I'm fine here. Listen to me, Fiora. If you don't get treatment now, you might not make it. I'm sorry, Shala. I don't want to make you worry like this, but I can't go back. I can't. You're throwing your life away. But I can't leave Shulk, not now. If this body stops working and he's not by my side. Fiora. It's my decision, Shala, stupid or otherwise. It's not as if I don't understand how you're feeling, but we can't give up hope that someday we can. You can't give up hope that someday we can fix you. Promise me you won't give up. I will save you, Fiora. Don't worry, Shala. I do not intend to give up. You're right. I should go. Good. I'm glad you agree. But I won't, Shala. I'm grateful for your concern, but I can't leave now. You have to, Fiora. I've made up my mind. I will fight to the end, and when the end comes, I'll be with Shulk. Fiora. Shala, please. This is my decision. Well, I can't argue with that. But I haven't given up hope, okay? I'll do everything in my power to make you right again. I promise, Fiora. I know you will. Thank you, Shala, for everything. And with that, we have only one to go. It's right in the end in Prison Island, and it's a bit unfortunate that in part, I was hopeful that we might get a chance to do this one whilst we were actually doing Prison Island, because we had various other powerful ones, including the one between like Shulk and Fiora and whatnot. And this very much feels like an endgame one, but unfortunately, it's between Melia and Shala and requires Pink Affinity, and I would be stunned if anyone got to Pink Affinity between Melia and Shala during a natural playthrough, because they're just both two supporting characters, and it's just really rare to actually use them at the same time because they don't complement each other well, and basically there's no single party member that they both work well with, and it's a bit of a bizarre mix. I used the pair of them very rarely, therefore this didn't really come up much. I think they were the lowest affinity of any of my pairs by the end of the game. It's also, this one, the absolutely most devastating art in the game. So I've saved it to the last because I'm a fucking psychopath. This is, of course, between Melia and Shala. This is Untold Feelings. Hey, Melia. I wanted to talk to you about you-know-who. You mean Shulk? Yeah, I was wondering about you and him, you know? You're being rather vague, Shala. What were you wondering? Well, you know, about Shulk. Have you given up? Huh, what chance do I have? Do you honestly think there's any room in Shulk's heart for me? Why would you say that? Fiora admitted to me her feelings. She wants to be with Shulk. I will never best her. So she told you. Yes. Yet I feel strangely relieved. As if I can move on with my life and forget this pain in my heart. I agree, it's for the best. You have to move on or you'll feel even worse. Indeed, I will not pine over him, there are other fish in the sea. Now you're talking, Melia, but I wish I found it so easy to put the past behind me. What do you mean, Shala? Oh, nothing, it's silly, really. It's just I'm just finding it hard to forget about him. Ghetto, you mean. His last words for me were, "I've fulfilled my promise." But why did that mean he had to go and die on me? Mourning is a part of acceptance, trying to turn that sadness into a celebration of his life. And I do hope you'll get together with Ryan. He'll make you happy. You're right, Melia, even though it's easier said than done. Thank you. Stop putting on a brave face. If you didn't do that all the time, things might go better for you. Whatever do you mean? If you opened yourself up a bit, shared your doubts with others. Before today, I doubted whether you could handle it at all, Melia. You're always telling everyone else not to worry about you. We are who we are. I find it difficult to change. All of us do. Well, I'm only trying to give you some friendly advice. I never want you to change too drastically. None of us would. We all like you just how you are. Thank you for saying that, Charlotte. And next time, whoever you go for, there'll be putty in your hands. I certainly hope so. Thank you, Charlotte. Do you still like him? Could you have not simply asked that in the first place? Well, I do have something I need to tell you. Oh, you've had a breakthrough! Oh, this is great. Not a breakthrough, Charlotte. In fact, quite the opposite. I've decided to give up. You don't want to pursue him? Did you at least tell him how you feel? I did not. He remains blissfully unaware. That breaks my heart, Melia. How can you just give up without telling him how you feel? You'll only live to regret it. Will I? I'm not so sure. I feel I may be happier this way. Well, if you're sure... I am, and I know that I will cherish the time I spent with Shulk forever. My task is clear. I must see Shulk and Fiora achieve true happiness together. That makes sense, I suppose. And anyway, everything will be fine. We'll be going to find you a nice lad. Imagine the queue for a chance to date a pretty girl like you. It'd probably stretch around both feet of the Bionis. You really think so? Thank you, Charlotte. I hope you find love again. Maybe even with, you know... What was that? With who, Melia? Don't worry, Charlotte. It will come to you. That is just like you, Melia. Always thinking of others, but secretly hurting inside. It is not that bad. You don't fool me for a second, Charlotte. Charlotte can tell him from a mile away. How do you do that? Alright, I admit, it has been hard. I have already lived a great number of years, but I've never before experienced these emotions. I'm truly sorry, Melia. I wish I could have done more to help. I should have paid more attention to how you were doing. You are not at fault here, Charlotte. You've already lost someone. My hurt cannot compare to that. Melia... I have decided that Shulk and Fiora deserve a future together, so I shall watch from afar and wish them every happiness. Well, it's a shame, but maybe it's for the best. And I've no doubt those two will be really happy together. Yeah, devastating. It's kind of good that it's addressed. Oh, by the way, achievement, Ace of Hearts. Do every heart to heart. It's in a lot of ways good that it is addressed. That the love triangle is kind of resolved in a sense, but also, yeah, Melia just kind of comes onto the picture, but Shulk was just goes for his childhood sweetheart every time. Anyway, I have no idea how long this episode's been going. I've been recording for 3 hours and 10 minutes, but I've had a fair bit of downtime in that, mostly to rest my voice, so it's surprisingly knackering. One more episode to go. Next episode we will be doing everything else. We'll be wrapping up Time Attack, the Collectopedia, achievements, maps, New Game Plus, statistics, and my final ending to the whole series. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.